G'day everyone, in this video we're going to be putting together a tap tempo switch for a Strymon pedal. May work with other pedals, I don't know, you have to do a bit of research and find that out yourself, but this one's definitely going to be working for the Strymon series of pedals, so that you can change the delay time or the decay time on a reverb. Yeah, so if your Strymon pedal can accept a tap tempo switch, this one will work for you. And it'll only cost you about $8. It's a good beginner project. So let's have a look at some of the stuff that we need for it. First we're going to need something to put it in, so I've got an enclosure here, and I have powder coated it a blue translucent colour, and you'll need a socket, a stereo socket, and you'll also need a single pole double throw switch. Now I've actually got a double pole double throw switch, which means I've got two lots of lugs, but you'd be better off just getting, you can use either. It doesn't really matter that much, but yeah, you can get away with just one row of those lugs. That's all I'm going to be using, just half, so just the top row or the bottom row. And you need to identify which lug is which. So I'm going to break this down for you briefly so that you can work it out. Basically, the one that I've got R with the little dash on it is disconnected at the moment while it's not pushed in. T and S are connected. When I push that down, T and R are now connected until I let go of the switch. When I let go of the switch, it goes back to T and S. So you need to identify which one's one's disconnected when the button's not pushed in, and just mark it, or just do what I've done and put T, S, T and R the right way around. Your switch it probably won't work if you don't do it this way. So just make sure that you've labelled it the right way around, and maybe just mark it too in case you're going to forget. So also just a quick explanation on how the jack works, if you've never seen one before. If you look at it side on, we'll plug a plug in so you can see what happens when you do that. On the plug, I should mention, is tip, ring and sleeve. So the top's tip, middle's ring, bottom's sleeve. When you plug it into a socket, you can see that each segment of that plug is making contact with one of these contacts, and each of those contacts is connected to one of these lugs, which we're going to solder the wire into, those eyelets. And if you look at it side on, you can see it's a wafer construction, so you can work out which contact is connected to which of these lugs. So for instance, tip here you can see is actually runs down the bottom. So if we follow the bottom around, you can see that it's actually that lug. So we know that that is the tip lug. And just work that out for all of them. Sleeve is actually the one in the middle there. That's connected to the sleeve. So that's how the jack and the plug will work. So first thing we've got to do is drill a couple of holes in the enclosure. So that's the holes drilled. Just to clarify, the foot switch should be about 12 millimeters. The hole for the foot switch should be about 12 millimeters. I don't think I've ever had a foot switch that's been anything other than 12 mil hole. And the stereo jack that we've put up the top here, they vary. This one was 8.5, so I just actually drilled out a 10 mil hole. Doesn't matter if you go a little bit bigger, but they can vary. So maybe just get some calipers and just double check what size hole the thread needs, and then just put them in like that. And next we're going to wire it up. Now it's just a matter of soldering the wire to the from the socket to the foot switch. Just as we said before, if you've marked your foot switch like I have, it'd be nice and easy to identify which lug is which, and just go from the appropriate lug from the socket down to the appropriate lug on the foot switch. And also, as I said before, make sure you get one that's got bigger solder lugs than this particular foot switch I have. These are just so small, they're like the eye of a needle. Even with someone that's got experience with soldering like I do, I'll probably have a bit of trouble getting the wire into those because they're just so damn small. I just happened to pick the wrong one, unfortunately. Try and get one that's got bigger eyelet holes on the solder lugs than this one. So yeah, we'll wire it up now. So that's the switch wired up. Let's give it a test run. So if you're testing it on a Strymon pedal, just make sure that the output is set to tap tempo and not expression. You have to have the output set to tap tempo, otherwise it won't work, obviously. I'm sure you'll be able to work that out. Just look through the menus and you'll find the options for it. But I did want to show you one thing. If you're testing it on a big Sky, this is the easiest way to test it on a big Sky. With a timeline, it's probably going to be a lot simpler than this, but with the big Sky, it adjusts the pre-delay time and not the decay time, and when you adjust the pre-delay time, nothing happens on the screen, so it's kind of difficult to work out whether it's actually doing anything or not. It is, but you just can't see the value. But on Magneto, it actually adjusts the decay time. So if we just put your setting on Magneto and adjust the decay time, just so it comes up on the screen so you can see it, and then when you click it, if I click this fast, it'll give us a quick delay time. That's 2 milliseconds. If I click it slow, it'll give us a longer one, so that's nearly 1 second. So we'll do it again a bit longer. 1.1 seconds fast, 2 seconds. You see how that works. Sorry, 2 milliseconds. You can see how that works. So it'll work for the other settings, like it'll work for shimmer, for instance, but now when I click it, it looks like it's not doing anything, but it's actually adjusting the pre-delay time, not the decay time. So I'll just show you what that means. The decay time set to, we'll set it to say 2 seconds, and hear what it sounds like. So you can hear the delay before the effect actually comes into play. If I click this very slowly, now when I do it, there's a much longer time before the effect kicks in. So you're adjusting the pre-delay time on most of the other settings, but on Magneto you're actually adjusting the decay time. I hope I explained that clearly for you. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole box and dice. I hope you liked it. Hope you got one working, and yeah, it only cost you about $8. Great little do-it-yourself project as well. Very simple to put together. Probably got to be one of the easiest pedals that you'll ever build. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more do-it-yourself guitar pedal tutorials and demos and things like this. On my channel I'm always uploading some new idea, so yeah, make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching.